JDs and gentlemen, welcome back to ASSCA. We are back after an off week, and we are at a treacherous track, the Dega of Tala. We are here. We're ready. Are these competitors ready? We don't know. But we've got some good cars out here that we haven't seen yet, or drivers we haven't seen yet, or drivers that we haven't seen enough of yet, and that is one of them right there. You could say Massive, but right now I'd say he is just Chris. This is Massive Chris here in the 67. A very unfortunate number to have in this day and age. But then his teammate up here, Denise Fat, they are both driving for 23XXL. Denise Fat, you know, she's had a couple races that she's made. She's done solid, but she's still looking for that shock factor there. But speaking of shock factor, we have a small injury report for the first time since season 3, when everybody was uninjured after race number 7. So let's get into that right now. SpongeBob was the first car to have an incident that was severe enough to have an injury, and he was actually the only driver to have that type of incident. SpongeBob, he always said, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready when he was going to the race car, but the last couple days he straight up said, I'm not ready, I'm not ready, I'm not ready. So Dr. Steve Basil basically took the easy way out and gave him the diagnosis of not ready, and that's a very unfortunate thing for SpongeBob. Hopefully he gets better. And then we have to talk about this car. It didn't even happen in our race, it happened in actual tow car. Buster Guts in the 18 had a hellacious crash in that nuclear disastrous, like, monstrous accident at Gauntlet lap number 1 in the Goodies Trash series. Buster Guts did sustain an injury, but Dr. Steve Basil did not give me the paper as it was not under my series, and he basically said, screw yourself. So, you know, I'm just going to put a question mark next to that, but it is a tow car injury, not an ASSCA injury. But is he out for a week? Is he out for the rest of the season? We still don't know. Remember, Kyrock is happening this Wednesday, later today, in a couple hours. Buster Guts not going to probably attend that race, but if he does, I think that says it all. But right now, we're just awaiting on an announcement from GoJibs Racing. And we're back. Now, a couple cars I'd like to mention because I did see them out on track earlier in this session. There's one of them actually right there. The 78 Cuppa Joe, remember, he's injured. Small Medium Fat is getting in the car until Cuppa Joe comes back. And the rumor is, on the street, Small Medium Fat will have a full-time ride at the end of this relief driving stint. So that'll be nice to have some job security. It could be with Spiral Motorsports in that 07, we don't know. But to figure all that out, head over to the ASSCA Discord. We beg that we get more people in it because it looks like a ghost town right now. But not only that, we want to have all you in there for when signups begin. We do have a fun special event coming up later in the season, probably around the Monza time or so. We're excited for that. We've also got another special event coming very, very soon as well. We'd like for all of you to be in the Discord because there may be some potential signups to get some of your favorite drivers in there. Now, I forgot to mention on the injury report because I'm an absolute freaking idiot. Buster Guts is out, remember, for the week. The 18 is still racing. A fan favorite from another series, Meatball Marvin, is getting in the car. I don't know where the 18 is. I'm assuming in the garage. But yeah, nice for him to be in the series. We welcome him. He is one of 2 drivers. Actually, he is, sorry, one of 4 drivers making their debut today. And another one, there's Meatball Marvin. Fan favorite from an alternate series coming in here to relief Buster Guts. in what might be the best car. So, expectations are high. He's starting in, I believe, 10th place, if I'm not mistaken. He starts towards the front. He's within the top 15, so a good qualifying effort. Now, back to what I was saying. Let's find some of those other people. Now, some other Kyrock mentions we should just get out of the way. Well, one of them is actually right there. Humphrey Clott's going to be in Kyrock later in the season. When that week comes around, the 98 will not enter a car at all. It'll be Claire Pressure. Claire Pressure will drive the number 98 with Harold Clott in the 99, so, a nice little spouse battle there. That'd be pretty cool. And actually, the week before this car, Gwendy 444 the 4th will also be in Kyrock. And they have announced, I believe it was, I'm Afraid You Might Be in a Gang, will take over. Now, that's what the word on the street was. Just let me check, just in case I'm an idiot here. But, Kyrock is going to be a big opportunity for some of those people to get back into TOECAR. So it is, without a doubt, the best way, in my opinion, to do things. Now, you could say that it was, not a good idea, but, So sorry, Claire Pressure will not be in the 98. But I did get the I'm Afraid You Might Be in a Gang part right. So the 98, it's going to be a new driver. And it's going to be a family that is in cousins of the Pressures. And it is the Flows. Pierre Flo will be going into that 98. Now there is one more story we need to touch up on. Actually, there's another car we should talk about. This is Ross Chestpain for Nephew Motorsports. They're going to have 5 cars in the field. And they have all 5 of their cars starting in the top 10. Ross Chestpain starts, I believe, in 3rd place. So a great effort by him. Now, there's Brad Omer making his season debut in the 48. This car qualified dead frickin' last. So, don't expect a lot out of that. Alzheimer making his series debut. Remember, missed out on Daytona. He and his teammate both made the race. There's his teammate right there. Cyber Zed, of course, the 97, who's kind of fallen off. Jeffrey Bernhardt looking to get a better run than he did. Here's a car I want to talk about right in front of Empty Pockets here. You might recognize that paint scheme, and I hope you do. I sincerely hope that you recognize who this is. This is Aunt Tim. This is Aunt Tim, I can confirm. Now, you might be wondering, why in the ever-living shit is he running a different number? Why? I'm going to tell you why. Pit Puddlequack and Puddlequack Racing had a absolutely undeniable opportunity of getting a top prospect into their team, and I'm going to see if they're on the track. I don't know if they will be. There he is. This is Corey Crime in the number 11. Corey Crime has won 3 races of the last... Sorry. Corey Crime has won 3 races this season of the 3 races that have happened in the Development Series. And he has 5 career wins in the Development Series. Remember, that series is 8 races long. I'm saying remember as if you know. 8 races long. The Development Series is 8 races long. He's already got 5 wins. His rookie season was phenomenal. Didn't get the championship, unfortunately, but Corey Crime was given a career opportunity here to drive for Pit Puddlequack for the rest of the season in that 11. And they basically moved Aunt Tim into the 9. It's not going to affect Aunt Tim. It's literally the exact same car with a different number on it. Of course, now he's gone. There he is back there. But yeah, Aunt Tim is now in the 9. Corey Crime is in the 11. I'm very interested to see how they will do. The Project 32 Full Moon Racing car for today is Matt, who I'm going to give props to, did a phenomenal job in kind of a play-by-play role in the TOECAR booth with the absence of Kyle. He had some pretty good moments, I can't lie. And the car behind that is my car, Project 31. This is Brenda Magazine. there's not really a whole lot, to get at when it comes to that. But, you know, um, I think we've said enough. You know what I mean? I think that it's time to move on. So, without further ado, let's get to the kitty starting grid. On pole, Dick Shitfart. That's right. He is back. DSF is on top after a second place finish at Miami. He had a great car. He had a great run as well. Now, the Bernhardt cars usually do very well here when it comes to racing, qualifying, all that. So don't be surprised if one of these cars can pull off a win. Is it going to happen? I don't know. And right next to him, we have Dale Bernhardt Jr. in the 8. He's had a very solid season so far. Can he keep it going? Now, behind that, Ross Chestpain in the 40. I don't really have a lot to say, but he has been a very, very useful driver to do some one-offs. He can definitely win this race and become a contender. And right next to him, Leland Funnyman, who has taken a straight-up beating this season so far. Already been out 2 straight weeks, or 2 races, sorry, with an injury. And he's had some pretty nuclear crashes, so hopefully he can keep it clean here today. My apologies, I am really messing it up here, but there's Franklin Fenway in the 20 and Aero 44 driver not found in the 44. A whole lot of nothing burger going on that row. And then in his series debut, Corey Crime in the 11. Look at that car. That is a nice looking car, I can't lie. And Jeffrey Bernhardt right next to him. Both these guys have stuff to prove, but for different reasons. Corey Crime just needs to prove that the hype is real in the Development Series. Remember, the Development Series is mostly short tracks and road courses. Actually, that's exactly what it is. So Corey Crime, first big track. Can he make it work is the question. Ant Tim had to give up his number 11 for Corey Crime to get into this car. So, can it happen is the question. Jeffrey Bernhardt, he's got a lot to prove as well. But Daytona wasn't his fault, so hopefully nothing like that will happen again. And then we go to the row behind that. This is Nephew Motorsports rounding out the top 10. Secret Agent Randy Beans and Chippy Ahoy are going to round out the top 10. Chippy Ahoy just won at Homestead, Miami. And it was in a shocking fashion as well. Can something like that happen for one of the other 4 drivers? Or maybe for him again and go back-to-back? Something that we have rarely seen in ASSCA or TOECAR, for that matter. And then, the 18, that is not Buster Guts. That is Meatball Marvin, a fan favorite in a other series. And the 87 of Michael Wave right next to him. Michael Wave was also in the Goodies Trash series. Man, I keep doing that. The 87, Michael Wave was in the Goodies Trash series race at Gauntlet as well. He was unfortunately also taken out in that hellacious, disastrous, monstrous accident that happened in, I don't even remember what turn. I'm going to assume that it's like number 5 or something like that, maybe 6. But it was bad. It was a terrible accident. Glad Michael Wave only walked away with like some transmission issues and stuff like that, just internal stuff that kept him away from the car. Behind that, another Klottenheimer car, aggressive in the 28. Hasn't been aggressive enough, I'm going to say that right now. And then we've got the classic man, Masturbation, in the 22. There's not a whole lot to say about Masturbation right now. I can't lie, but, I'm excited to see what he can bring to the table. It's going to be fun to watch here today. Small Medium Fat in the 78, he has basically been doing a field trip when it comes to which car he's driving in the 78, and Justin Tallguy are there in the 77. Can he prove something as well? Van Os Greg in the 35 loves these tracks. He looks forward to these tracks. What can he do here today? And Detective Bluto Mind Pretzel, who after the Gauntlet race has had absolutely nothing to prove, but he's been doing a whole lot of nothing as well. So, he needs to do something, and he's got to do something fast. Dr. Shrimp Puerto Rico in the 25. There's not a whole lot to talk about when it comes to him, but there's not really a whole lot to talk about when it comes to Amber either, but the fact that she was out front on the last lap at Daytona says probably just as much as I need to feel a little bit more comfortable if I were to put her in my car. Now, this is the row that's very interesting. The 23 XXL cars for the first time in history have qualified within 10 positions of each other. Denise Fat and Massive Chris are on the exact same row. Can you believe it? It's actually insane. I'm excited to see if they can pull anything out. I love their paint schemes. I like just the element that they can bring. They're an underdog, but they are a very capable team. We'll have to see what they can do. SpongeBob in the 4. Remember, he is injured, but he is not going to be out of the race or anything. It is literally just he's driving while injured. And then you've got the 69 of Alzheimer. I'm excited to see him race, but I am a little bit worried for crashes, especially if we take a look. Sorry, that's the wrong camera. If we take a look way over there at that huge, massive hill, it is, yeah, there it is right there. That is a big hazard. The question is anybody going to go flying off of that later today? Hopefully not. Melanoma, the current points leader still after 2 straight races, is still the points leader, and Nyan Newman is on his outside. Not a whole lot to say, and I'm trying to get through this a little bit faster now. Empty pockets in Plot 55. Plot 55 has done an incredible job so far this season in both their series. Now, they have lost a driver already. Steel Park did pass away at Clawhammer, but empty pockets, there's a lot of belief here, but if you look, the teams that they are aligned with qualified in the same rough range as well, 32 and 31, so there's not a whole lot to worry about just yet. There is a lot to worry about though if you're that 97 sim, you can't stand your bids. You had such a great start and you have fallen off. You gotta lock in, bro. Aaron Pressure needed to lock in hard the last couple weeks when he made some tow car starts at Clawhammer and at Homestead, Miami for the Splint Cup Series. He did pretty decent, but he was involved in some accidents. Aaron Pressure wants to redeem himself here today. Gwendy for the 4th on the outside says that she wants a clear path back into tow car, whether it's winning that race in Kairock, proving herself here. She says she just wants to go back, and I can't blame her. Then you've got Matt in the 32. There's not a whole lot to say because this is his first ever race. Aunt Tim in the brand new number 9 as an accommodation for Corey Crimes signing. 38 of Becca Lynn was leading, coming to the white flag, I believe, or no, coming to 2 to go, sorry, coming to the final restart. She was out front. So she has some confidence here. And then Brenda Magazine in the 31 is right next to her. I'm excited to see what Brenda Magazine can do. What can she do? We will have to find out, but we'll have to see. The 56, I don't think I touched on it during practice because I'm an idiot. This is I'm Afraid You Might Be in a Gang. You might remember him from Miami when he replaced Masturbation. I'm Afraid You Might Be in a Gang is in the building in the number 56 car, and teammate Tony Baloney in the 5. She's got a good chance at winning this race. She was very close last time out in her one-off start, so that'll be interesting. There's Humphrey Claude, who had a unfortunate error in qualifying, and he tried to run the middle lane during 1 and 2. Somehow he still had enough speed to keep it going. And right next to him, Crispy Bacon. How about Crispy Bacon? He's somebody to keep an eye out for, because Crispy Bacon Motorsports, they have been a very competitive team in the past. Of course, with family incidents lately, they haven't been, but I still think there's a lot on the table here. Then we've got Ricky Tikki Bobby Wobbin in the 68 and Happy World Peace in the 71. Not a whole lot to say once again. And rounding out the field, Cyber Zed in the number 1, who seems to start towards the back and end up towards the front. He's in the top 5 in points right now, and dead last is this piece of shit. Brad Oman is in dead last in his own funded car in the number 48. He is currently working as a UPS driver, and he just kind of stole some money and put some logos on the car. But without further ado, let's send it down to Mason Payson for this exhilarating command.
drivers, start your engines!
Thank you, Mason, for that immaculate command. And they are off. And they all get away. Now, we got a race on our mitts. The question is, a lot of questions associated with this race, and a lot of them are around, can Dick Shipfart come through with the win? Can Corey Crime prove that he deserves to be here? What about that 18 car of Meatball Marvin making his career debut as well today? Well, all those questions will be answered, but remember, the start-finish line is not in the triangle, it is after the triangle. Just in case you forgot. Alright. We're ready. These 42 drivers are ready. They're making their way, and they're green, and they're off, and they're going. Excellent scenes here from the Talladega. They're gonna all get organized here. Look at Corey Crime already going up to try and make a move for third. That's actually for second now. There's a little bit of separation back there. Something must have happened already. But we are still green, so it was probably a save type of situation there. But here comes Corey Crime on the bottom. How about this? Corey Crime is looking to try and lead his first ever race in the first lap, but it's not going to happen. Dick Shipfart, the pole sitter, will come through with it. But Secret Agent Randy Bean's now the leader. Here comes Meatball Marvin. There's the pace car, just in case you didn't know what it looked like. Meatball Marvin is now the race leader. Van Greg back there. You see that second group, they're catching back up slowly. SpongeBob is way off the pace. I don't know what happened to him. Meatball Marvin out front, but now Van Greg takes that spot. Oh, and I hear a crash. Small, medium, fat, and Jeffrey Bernhardt. Please make it. Oh, man. Oh. Okay, we're good. I don't know what the hell went down there. Are they racing back? No, they're not. Okay. Well, we had a crash. They wrecked and they had an incident. Trouble. Taking a look at small, medium, fat here in the 78, who was a big reason for the caution. Corey Crime getting in his first ever ASSCA accident. Wow, not a lot to really unpack there, actually. We'll look at Corey Crime and then we'll go back green. This is a soft one. SpongeBob's in the video. Taking a look at Corey Crime in the 11, who was involved in this accident and got kind of squozed right there. Up on two wheels a little bit. Oh, there is a bit more to look at. Dick Shipfart involved. But Corey Crime with some damage in his first ever race. Not the way he wanted to start it. Let's take a look at the 88. Taking a look at Dick Shipfart, who was in the accident, the pole sitter. And he just tried to avoid it. And kind of turned himself off the bumper of, I believe, the 39. I think it was a 39, so yeah. One caution already. Oh boy. Welcome back to the Talladega. It's a 50-lap race. I keep forgetting to mention the amount of laps, but 50-lap race here today. And for some reason they are not doubling up. I don't know why. Oh wait, they're trying to. They are. Okay, they are. That was really weird, but yeah. 50 lap race. We're already 6. Oh no. We're going into our 7th lap. Of course. You can't escape that number, if you know what I mean. But yeah, we're ready to go. For some reason there's smoke everywhere, but I don't know, pollution maybe. But we're about to go back green. Happy finals week to anybody that celebrates. Finals week or my final week, am I right? Sorry. Meatball Marvin is on the front row. He's a fan favorite. In another series, he lines up with the 35 of Van Greg, but here comes Denise Fat. How about Denise Fat for 23XXL? I spoke to her earlier today, and she said, and I quote, "My genius will be unmeasurable." I don't know what the hell that means, but, you know, whatever floats your boat, or whatever the saying is. Denise Fat out front, but now it's the 44, and now it's the 41. I love this type of racing, man. And they're relatively organized. There's, oh no, the 67 of Massive Chris. Even though I'd really just say he's Chris, because he is small. I saw him earlier today, and he was looking rough. He looked like he had just taken an immense amount of Ozempic. That is his sponsor in the Splint Cup series, so I'm not surprised if that is the case. So yeah, how about the 67 here? But Melanoma, the point leader, is back out front. Now the lap counter, I don't know why it just changed so late, but we had a crash back there, didn't we? Yeah, we did. All right. Oh no! Oh! Um. Okay, I thought I saw someone fly off the track. Oh, Brad Oman's around, of course, and now, oh my god. Brenda Magazine involved. What is, what? Oh my god. Guys, come on. I don't even know what the crash was, so we'll have to, it wasn't in the front. But, yeah, we'll take a look at this interesting development, and then we'll, yeah. Taking a look at Michael Wave, who I knew was further back, so I'm just using him as a placeholder right now to see what actually happened. It's a squeeze, Tony Baloney. Oh, and it just took pretty much the whole field. And then I think the exact same thing happened up there. Wow. Oh! Right on board with Detective Little Mind Pretzel, who gets squozed there by Tony Baloney, Secret Agent Randy Beans, and along they go for the ride. As they have a nightmare back there. Type shit. Yeah. Not a lot to look at up there. It's up here that I'm more worried about, in a way. I could have swore, though, I saw someone go out the ballpark, but I'm wrong. Taking a look at Leland Funnyman, who was in the crash, of course. It has been a rough year for that 42. Yeah, it's just a squeeze. He was following the 68, just kind of squoze a little bit. Massive Chris on his side. That's who I thought went out of the ballpark. But for some reason, I didn't really, I thought that it was maybe the 45. And, you know, he launched out of the park, but then I saw him back there. But yet again, there's not a lot to look at here. We saw Crispy Bacon get into Brad Oman, which caused that disaster. Wow. Corey Crime getting in it. I'm afraid you might be in a gang back there. Oh, the nephew cars are mad at Alzheimer. What the hell is going on? I think we go back green. Oh, Leyland. Let's go back green. Malcolm Smack to Talladega. We're back. Melanoma has been a exceptional driver this season so far. As they double up and stuff. You know, the 76 has been a pretty good car. What is Love did not qualify for this race, unfortunately, but so we've got Melanoma, Ricky Ticky, Bobby Wobbin, Leland Funnyman, Matt, and Cyber Zed as your top 5. That is absolutely cooked. But nonetheless, Brad Oman's in the top 20. We need to start panicking. Sound the alarm. But we're going green, so it doesn't matter. Probably not, but let's go. Oh my god. Ricky Ticky Bobby Wobbin, he was in a great spot last week. Last race, sorry. But at Miami, Ricky Ticky Bobby Wobbin was in a great position. He was in a great spot on the white flag. He made that finish extremely exciting. That was a very good finish, I must say. The Miami race had a cinematic finish. Oh no! Oh my god! Oh dear. Oh dear. God, the price is right. Yeah, cut to the price. Yeah, cut to the price is right, bro. Please. Oh shit, this is still on. Trouble. Taking a look at Happy World Peace. There's nothing else I can say here. Great mother of pearl. Wow. Let's just go to the next driver. That's just insane. Humphrey Clot. Wow. I don't really know what to say. We're just gonna have to look. Oh my god. Crispy Bacon upside down, Aaron Pressure, Alzheimer. One of the swipe right racing cars, whichever one it was. There's gonna be barely anybody left, dude. Wow. Taking a look at Bacon Boy again. He was in this crash, and it gets wild quick, so beware. Oh my. That was Aaron Pressure, who just flew over the roof of the 94. Dick Shitfart tumbling. Oh my. Oh! Thank goodness he knew how to use the brake. Somebody's blowing up there. I don't even know what the hell's going on anymore. Who is that blowing up? So we know who's... Oh, it's the 97 out. Brenda Magazine's involved. Corey Crime. That was a brutal accident. Taking a look here at Aaron Pressure. So we're not going to see the wreck happen up front, but we are going to see the highlights as they turn the corner. There's the wreck happening. Aaron Pressure sends Crispy Bacon up there. Dick Shitfart comes in with a big hit to Aaron Pressure, and he just gets sent over top of cars. Oh my god. Dick Shitfart doing tricks on it for free, no down payments over there. Alzheimer and Amber upside down. Jeffrey Bernhardt, he's in the video. Corey Crime. Meatball Marvin gets through, but wow. That was brutal. Welcome back to Talladega. We've got a few drivers that are being airlifted right now. to the nearest hospital. We don't care what their rating is or anything. We just need care. Dick Shitfart, one of them. Crispy Bacon, Aaron Pressure, a couple others to name. There's a few other drivers involved that are also going to need a little bit more attention. But we do have a race that we got to finish. And we're just getting towards halfway. Ricky Tikki Boppy Woppin is the leader of the race. Cyber Zed in second, Melanoma in third. You know, it seems as if it is better to be out front as they go back to the color of green with a flag. But it is better, in my opinion, based on what it looks like right now, to be in the lead portion of the pack. Now, there is nobody left. You're going to see, yeah, wow. And we have a caution again. What happened? We don't know. I see cars slow. Oh my goodness. We've crashed again, unfortunately, but can Dale Bernhardt Jr. bring Bernhardt Enterprises to some form of a good race? No, man. Oh my goodness. He saved that. What a save by the 8 car. Racing back to the line, Melanoma takes it. W Faps? Let's take a look at what happened. It's probably going to be a one replay of the race. Ow! So, I'm being told Jeffrey Bernhardt and Dr. Shrimp Puerto Rico are the reason for the yellow flag. So we're going to look at what the hell they did. Oh man, it's another one of these type incidents. Oh, up the track. That's what caused that to happen, and then up and over the 25, but keeps going. There's his teammate Masturbation. Some of these really good cars have not been able to show off yet because there's just been accidents all the time, but let's go back green because that was a quick crash. What a save by Bernhardt Jr. there. Hallelujah. No, no, don't go. I have to. Wow, that's the worst thing I've ever said. Alright, we're back. We're approaching halfway, so let's make an early pick. I have to say Melanoma. I have to say Melanoma. Now, to be fair, I'm going to give some credit where credit is due. The Bernhardt Enterprise cars are always the best at these tracks. Daytona and Talladega specifically, but we have been going to Atlanta now. They count as well. But they're like the RCR cars of the Xfinity series. They always dominate the race. They're always up front, but they never are able to seal the deal. I think they've only been able to do it once or twice, and one of them was the inaugural race of this series. So Melanoma leads, and we're back under the racing condition. Look at Melanoma out front. Look at Nia Newman back there, or up here. We've basically got two groups now. Oh, they're going 4 wide. Oh god. Oh no, it's gonna happen again. Never mind, we're good. Nia Newman out front now. Aunt Tim back there. Empty Pocket's gonna go for the lead here. It's a lot harder to do this when they are spread out like this. This is very interesting. We have practically taken every car out of the race. This is it. Empty Pockets is pulling away. Is he the GOAT of cryptocurrency? Well, right now he's the GOAT of being out front. But here comes Nia Newman back to the inside to lead that lap. They are so spread out. It's not even funny anymore. Is anybody gonna have anything left? As we are about halfway, this is sad. There goes the 44 back there. He's done. His engine is blown. Oh man. Wow. There's nobody left. This front pack is isolated. We might go green the whole way. This is unprecedented territory at this point. Oh no. Matt with a run. This is an affiliate teammate, please, for the love of God. This is getting worse. Corey Crime back there. Maybe if we get restarted they'll group back up, but there's nobody left on the track. Where is every car? Who's the last? Oh. Wow. These guys are going 191 in a track where they are currently going like 250. That's not good. And they are still wow. There's the 44, just in case you forgot what he looked like. There's the 55, who's leading the race by a long shot. Oh man, this race was doing so well. What happened to it? Oh my goodness, they're falling back even more. This is brutal. But nonetheless, we gotta play the card we're given or something. I don't know. The 68 to the lead. One of the only cars left that is actually competitive today. Aunt Tim back there in the 9. 4 wide. I don't like the looks of that. But they're going to keep it clean because they know what's going on. Melanoma back to the lead. Oh, Lord. They get really close together in the corner. Really close together in the corner. Lap 28 of 50. I will be surprised if we have a yellow at this point. But that means we get some pretty good racing here. The 68. Oh, and who's blown an engine again? That is Denise Fat. Denise Fat is done for the day as well. Look at how far back these guys are. Wow. I think it's actually a matter of something. Oh no. They're approaching lapped traffic. That is one of the worst sentences you could possibly say in this series. The last time that happened, it was a near disaster, and that was at Gauntlet, and that was a exhibition race. So what are they going to do here? I don't want to know because, oh my god, it is unreal how slow they're going. Oh, they're ruining it. Bro, Brad Oman. Brad Oman's in front of him. Brad Oman is a piece of shit. Yo. Brad Oman's a piece of shit. He just blocked the entire field. They're now panicking. They're trying to find a way around these guys. Brad Oman is still blocking. Yo! Oh man, they're gonna wreck. They're gonna wreck. There it is. Oh no, they're not. Oh, the 45 got into the back of Matt there. They're all right. Melanoma's making his way through. This is gonna let them kind of get back together though. Corey Crime getting held up there by Brad Oman. Becca Lynn's up here now. Or is she a lapped car? I don't even know anymore. No, she's up here. Okay. Dale Bernhardt Jr. is up here. They are so far apart. Van Oscareg is the next oncoming lapped car. That one crash definitely changed the race because it took out, I'm going to say, 80% of the field. 80% of the field's missing. Melanoma's out front. Oh my god, the closing rate is unholy. Oh man. Alright, they're good. Cyber Zed got left out in that Brad Oman kerfuffle. Same thing with Empty Pockets. I actually think a lot of these cars are competitive back here. It's just an aspect of, it's just an aspect of they have now lost the draft. Like, Corey Crime has a perfectly clean car right now. I don't know what necessarily went wrong, but, yeah. Back to the front of the field because nothing's happened. Nia Newman's back out front. That's always lovely. Aunt Tim's in second. Leland Funnyman is in... What? Oh, he's up here. How is he up here? You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because this is for the win. This is the battle of the ages that we have been waiting for our whole life. This is unreal. The 70 of Nia Newman. Get the litter box out. The 70's pulling away. I don't know how this is happening, but it's happening. Is there a car in front of this? Crispy. Oh my. How is he still... Why is he still on the racetrack? You know what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Once again, they're gonna group together here again. 3 wide. Maybe they're gonna group together, but Melanoma has a monstrous run. He's gonna take it to the inside and take the lead back. Wow. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 cars in the lead group. Nia Newman's getting held up by Crispy Bacon. It's gonna go down to 6, 7 to 6. Horrible numbers. But wow, we're playing with the hand we were dealt, and Melanoma is currently loving that hand. Dale Bernhardt Jr. going back up to 4th. Yep, he will. The 68's going to go back up to 2nd. It's going to be between the... I think it's going to be between the 76 and the 68. We're on lap 34. We are still green. This is... Now, the record for green flag laps in a row in this series is 12. And that was at a short track. So, we've already exceeded the record in, like, actual minutes. But, the 68 takes the lead back. The 8 is now back up here. The 8 has a serious chance. Those guys are starting to form up again. Brenda Magazine in my car is now going as slow as you can imagine. And, oh, what was that? And that's just worsened it even more. Now I'm getting a report from... Who the hell is this? We didn't hire this guy. Anyway, I'm getting a report from this new guy apparently at our studio, Lurkus. And he's saying that if we don't have a crash soon, the caution will just come out and they're gonna re-rack them again. So a fun flag, if you will. I don't know when we hired this Lurkus guy, but alright. Aunt Tim is now the leader. What the hell was that? Look at these... So there's I'm Afraid You Might Be in a Gang, there's Masturbation, there's Alzheimer, Happy World Peace, Simmy Can't Stand Your Bits, and Humphrey Clot, who is, oh my goodness, the closing rate. Leland Funnyman is just going to shoot out of a canyon and, oh my goodness. So Leland Funnyman's now the leader, taking advantage. So Lurkus has told me that by lap 40, if there's no incidents, a caution will come out just to re-rack the field, because this is a very poor state of racing right now. So a fun flag. You always love a fun flag. See, everybody's keeping up with each other. But now Leland Funnyman is out there so far that I don't think they're going to have a chance that they might. I don't know. I don't think they're gaining. They're trying to fight for second to be the first to get there. Oh no, oh my god, they are gaining. They're gaining big. But see, now Leland Funnyman's going to get held up a little bit as well, so he's maybe trying to establish a lane, and he goes in the exact wrong lane. Funnyman's going to get shoved all the way back to about 7th, 6th, or 6th or 7th, of course. Worst numbers ever. Oh, it's probably going to be about 9th. I don't even know. I think he is in 7th. So Ricky Tiki Bobby Wobbins, the new leader, Nia Newman, they have one more lap, apparently, and then this guy named Lurkus is supposed to throw a yellow. They're 3 wide again. Melanoma looking for the lead. Oh, they're getting squeezy here. Melanoma takes the race lead away. Now, is this just a threat, or will we actually see a fun flag is the question. So yeah, the 76 out front, the 70 is going to take it back. And they're approaching on... What the hell just happened to the 76 right there? That was weird. Glitch in the Matrix maybe, or is that Lurkus sending messages? I don't know. So they have gone across. Do we see a fun flag? They're trying for one right now. We're still green right now. I can't really tell what is going on, but I think we're good. I think these were just plain threats. The 70 has damage now somehow, but beats me how he got it. So that must have been just a pure threat from that guy, whatever his name was again. I don't remember. I don't really care. The 76 is still the leader. Lap 41. That's a funny number. The 68, 76, and 70 have been the 3 cars to beat. I don't know what the hell just happened there. Lap 42. Of 50. And now we're on 43. That pack is coming back. We might have something here. Coming to lap 44. There's Brad Oman again. He's going to be a menace once again. This is unreal. But look at this. He's condensed the field up just a little bit. And he's holding up everybody now. And the 8 is going to be the main prevailer. And I hear we actually do have a caution now. I'm not sure how true that is, though. We do. Lurkus is correct. Lurkus strikes. What a menace. This late in the race, too, is insane. So we don't have anything to look at, so, wow, this Lurkus guy must be evil. Welcome back to Talladega. The 48 has an issue. That doesn't matter. He's a piece of shit anyway. He's a bum, but look at this. This is Lurkus has struck, and Lurkus has blessed us with potentially an incredible finish. So W Lurkus. whoever that guy is. Probably a mysterious aura farmer if I'm gonna be honest, but you know, this guy could be the mafia boss. It's hard to say, but everybody's grouped together for 2 laps of a nightmare till the end of the race. This is gonna be brutal. This could kill somebody. This Lurkus could end somebody's life with this decision. But we hired him for a reason, apparently. News to me, but we're ready. Remember, the start-finish line is not in the tri-oval, just in case you forgot once again. The 70 and the 76. You know what that number backwards is? Don't remind me. It's just too good. We're going again, though. Nye and Newman out front. And the 8 has been left out. They know how strong he's going to be. Toyota Ford on the bottom, and now the bottom has just turned into the middle, and now the middle's turned into the bottom. Cyber Zed with a move. Lurkus has blessed us with some entertainment here. Hold on, his writing is fire or something. They're 4 wide, though, back there. The 76 of Melanoma is in the lead, though. Can Melanoma bless us up? I don't know. We don't know. Something along the line, but it's alright. 1 lap to go. They're 4 wide. I don't like the look of that at all. And we are about to be blessed with an incredible finish. Melanoma is so far out, I don't think anybody's going to beat him here. I think it's over. But I could be a wrongus bum. It's hard to say, though. The 68's got a big gain here. Is he going to be in position once again? He's going to be on the middle lane. If you're on the outside, you're just stupid. Melanoma, can you believe this, is going to come out of turn 4 through the tri-oval that doesn't have a start-finish line and win for the 2nd time this season. Melanoma wins it at Dega. Holy cannoli. This guy led the most laps. This guy had the best car, without a doubt. Retro Racing doesn't even need What's-His-Love. What's-His-Love looks like a piece of shit now because he didn't even qualify for this race. He was too slow. But man, we had some devastating accidents. We've had some crazy moments. We had a boring-ass mid-portion of the race. But Lurkus blessed us with an incredible finish. So thanks to Lurkus, whoever that guy is. He's probably a mysterious guy. I just felt a cold hand on my shoulder. Might have been Lurkus. I don't know that guy. So let's take a look at the finishing results here from Talladega. 24 cars on the lead lap. Nightmare fuel of crashes. But let's take a look at how some people did. In my opinion, the 2 best cars finished 1 and 2. Melanoma, Ricky Tikki, Bobby Wobbin, they did great today. Ant Tim, in his brand new number 9, did a great job as well, showing how he is a great prospect as well. That's why Puddle Quack Racing didn't want to get rid of him. They gave him an extra car. That is now a 5-car team. Good on them. Then we've got the 38 and the 1 in the top 5. Leland Funnyman did a good job today. And then Dale Bernhardt Jr., Empty Pockets, Nyan Newman, and then Massive Chris rounds out the top 10. I'm just going to say he's ordinary Chris. Corey Crime, he finished the race, got in a couple accidents, he was still in position, in my opinion, to win the race when Lurkus threw this random kind of poopy yellow flag, but, Corey Crime was in the mix. Secret Agent Randy Beans, Tony Baloney, Small Medium Fat, Ross Chestpain with a top 15. He always brings that car back with a solid result for the team. Detective Little Mind Pretzel, Jeffrey Bernhardt, Aggressive, Meatball Marvin made every lap and finished the race in the top 20. A fan favorite from Outside Series, dips his toe into here and has a pretty good run. Gwendy 4 for the fourth, top 20. Microwave, SpongeBob, Dr. Shrimp Puerto Rico. And rounding out the lead lap cars is I'm Afraid You Might Be in a Gang, who is filling in for Gert. He gets into the top 25. Masturbation was the lead, 1 lap down car, as he should be with the best car of them. Alzheimer, you know, it's good to see him come out here. Crispy Bacon had a great run. Brenda Magazine, she was involved in a couple unfortunate accidents that weren't even her doing, so, we'll definitely see her around again soon, whether it's back in this 31 car for a second time this season, maybe, or just in another car in general. Franklin Fenway rounds out the 1 lap down cars, as he was in a couple nuclear accidents as well. Then we've got Van Greg, Simi Can't Stand Your Bits, 2 laps down. Humphrey Clot, who had a pretty terrible couple of instances interfering with the leaders. Same thing with Brad Oman, who ended up 3 laps down. Then you've got Matt and Happy World Peace 4 laps down. They round out the finishers of this race. And then the cars that retired. Now, it's really weird to think of because there were some nuclear accidents, but the cars that were deemed out of the race. Now, we saw Denise Fatt have an engine issue, and we also saw the 44 of Air 44 Driver Not Found have an engine issue. So those 2 cars were from failures. 38th down to 42nd. Those 5 cars, however, were involved in that just disastrous giant one. Those would be Aaron Pressure, Chippy Ahoy, Dick Shipfart, Amber, and Justin Tallgeier. They did a pretty good job, though, before that wreck struck like a hurricane, but, they did a great job. I think that they will definitely be somebody to look out for in the coming weeks. We don't know if Dick Shipfart will be back. He did say that Daytona, Talladega were his 2 main tracks that he wanted to do, but we did see him at Miami, so it's hard to say. He wants to prove himself, though, so he could be back soon. So, with that out of the way, we're just going to wrap it up here, and we're going to say tune in next on Kyle's channel. Kyrock will be starting pretty soon. Go over there and see some of the old greats, race it out, and then of course you've got TOECAR on Thursday and Friday. And with that, we say adios, we say toodaloo, we say cheers, we say au revoir, we say aloha, and other languages, versions of saying that. If we don't see Buster Guts again, we thank him for his work in the series, and then of course, with that, we say goodbye. And then tune in next week for a track that we haven't determined yet because we don't know what we're doing. So we'll see you guys next week. Wow, my headset is at 7, and that was just brutal. Do I think the laundry room or what? What time is it? They should. It's exam season. I'd assume so. Finals week or my final week, am I right? It's not funny. It's just not funny. I'm just a chud. I am just a chud. I'm just a girl in a world. Wait, did you actually? Bro, I just use a razor. I haven't even opened my razor. I'm kind of a bum. I'm kind of a useless piece of shit. Like a electric one.